Hello, I'm MP5 Deacon, and welcome back to Starcraft Remastered. We're going to be... Hold on a moment. There we go. We're going to be continuing the protest campaign with the Trial of Tassadar, but we got a cinematic to watch first. Let's get to it. Tassadar was taken into judicator custody and sentenced to stand trial for his crimes against the Conclave. Phoenix, Raynor, and Tassadar's followers escaped from the Conclave's agents as the Dark Templars slipped away in the chaos. I will say Phoenix does not look properly scaled in this drawing. Trial Tassadar, Protoss Command Ship Gantrathor, holding orbit over the planet Ire.
All seems lost now, but still we must fight on. We must find Tassadar and secure his release from the Judicator before they can execute him for treason. Without him, I fear there is no way to defeat the Zerg and their Overmind. Zeratul and his Dark Templar have vanished, leaving us to fend for ourselves. I wonder if Tassadar was mistaken to have put his trust in them. We are receiving a transmission from Captain Raynor's command ship.
This is Raynor. I'd like to help if I can. Tassadar laid it on the line for me and my crew on Char. I'd like to repay the debt. Besides, I'm a long way from home, surrounded by hostile aliens. I've got to do something.
Then you shall, bold human. You shall.
Alrighty, let's get to it. So this is actually the third time I am playing through this wonderful mission. It's been a long attempt to try and do anything here. So first things first, yeah, I have no idea what's going on with the Dragoon size in that drawing there, and why it's like the unit scaling here. Like, Dragoons aren't actually that small, they're quite a bit bigger by a lot. I think the render cutscene, I was waiting for that. Let's just try to get the Dragoons in here. Unfortunately, they have the very difficult task of pathing through the mineral line. So we're just going to try to do our best to get through this mission as quickly as possible, doing it as well, playing as well as I can. So the enemy... Well, I actually knew this map quite well, but things have changed quite a lot, and it's because it's not... I have a suspicion about that. I haven't verified it. It does some weird things that are just kind of bizarre. But so we'll see how that goes, and we'll play through this mission all nice and proper like. So we have the carrier. That burns. That also burns. You never know which way they're going to attack in this mission. It's just how it is. It's all good though. We're mining gas early enough, which is what actually matters. Also, getting some cannons for defense is pretty important. I almost feel though that shield batteries are a little more important, because they will try to push Reavers into it. So it's almost necessary to have a cannon here, because try to shell drop you out of all things. So let's go through the carrier's voice lines real quick.
Your command. Instructions. You look at us. Our enemies are legion. And still you procrastinate. Command, or you will be relieved. This is not an idle threat. Ishnu? Affirmative.
Well, there's your carrier, an original and new, very beautiful unit. I think it was one of the best adapted next to the Dragoon. The Dragoon looks pretty well. The little reimagining of the lakes there's kind of nice, but where you get to see the hinges as opposed to the brief ending, and it goes there. It comes out quite well. So we're just going to expand some pylons, continue probing up. It's going to be a while. It's mass capital of ship SUs, probably, I'd hope. It's weird as they start us out with the forge, but in that little image they gave us a gateway too. I do think that the loading screen right there is actually showing this base camp, which I thought is just generally a really neat feature. So we're gonna let's build a gateway over here. Hold on one moment, I gotta sneeze.
Anytime you're ready.
Okay, so that was that. Of course it has to happen when there's attack wave. It could never just... Yeah, it's fine. It is a little flustering. Really.
This is Jimmy. This should be good. Anytime you're ready.
This is deeply concerning. Losing this carrier, which is going to happen, is going to be quite bad. If I have to restart again. I'm not having a good day, to be completely honest. It's been an experience. Of course. Okay. Well, that's a setback.
This should be good.
Normally that was the first time that attack went that bad.
This is Jimmy.
The first time I went through this mission, I mean, the Hyperion basically got destroyed, and well, that kind of sucks. It's not the end of everything like that really was. That was quite bad. I don't want that. I want these. So we're just gonna cannon up, I guess. Will we wait here? Continue building probes because we do need them. Let's get a shield battery and maybe a second cannon. It shouldn't be too long before we're doing what we need to. We'll go ahead and grab Dragoon range. It's pretty good that we're stocking up the minerals. They're quite necessary. Well, the gas, not minerals. Minerals are what we're lacking. Things are not working right. It's okay. Basically, I'm going to need to somehow get through this mission and the rest of the Protoss campaign today. I had hoped to do the first two with the Brood War as well, but I'm unsure about how that's going to go now too. So it's just a little rough. We have a lot to do before we can expand. No BS. There we go. Please, dang it. The less I can build, the happier I am. Actually, let's build that pylon a little closer so I can build tech up here. Now that we have some money, I'm still going to continue building probes kind of awkwardly. It's a slow start. It also can be just a very brutal, like, first few minutes here. Thankfully, with the newer AI, it's not as bad as it normally is, but it's not... It's not necessarily easy. They do weird things, and I wouldn't say they're gonna kill you, but they're just kind of sucks what the AI will just do to you here in this mission. Reaver drops. They will just do Reaver drops into your base. It feels so strange to actually play against it. And after this mission, I'll try to show what I think is actually happening. And an option that I believe controls everything, but I'm not sure, and I don't want to sound like an idiot because I'm just misremembering things. I will say I've really been kind of nostalgic for that good old StarCraft 1 aesthetic and the old Protoss there. I also like how you can see background as opposed to you really can in the remastered for Jimmy.
Anytime you're ready.
It's all covered by a suit. I mean, there's a bit of color behind it, but it's all Jimmy. But I really am coming to the I mean, it's nicer to play with the larger field of view here, but I really do prefer this. It's a lot cleaner. It's a lot nicer. The design is less StarCraft 2, and generally that's strangely a good thing. Well, StarCraft 2 is mechanically a much better game. It's had some very strange choices in both its multiplayer and the story, which have just kind of gone over poorly, sadly. And unfortunately, that's just the case with all things Blizzard in more recent time. So we're going to grab this as soon as we can. We have range. We might want to start one of those upgrades. But what I really want to do is start working on getting 4 carriers out. I wanted to say 5, but that can't happen anymore. So have I just been letting it pro vital? How terrible. We're also going to build a battery here. Not there, here. I build it there, I could mess with the Dragoons even more. Eventually we'll want a second gateway, but that won't be now. We're basically going to hold on to our money for the current moment, and we're going to start 2 carriers. They should be able to go right away. There's a big attack wave. I almost want a second shield battery for it. Even with that second shield battery, we can still start 2 carriers. And we're going to rally both of these onto Raynor here. So, I'll talk about how I failed the first missions, actually. My first attempts at them. It's a little funny, I guess. Sorry, I'm a bit congested. Allergies are quite bad this time of year. Well, actually, all of the year. It's hot, so I have to keep windows open. Complicates things. We'll build our second gateway. Yeah, we can just build it right in front. Then we need a robo, which we don't have the gas for. We really want to get observers as quickly as possible. They're going to be our big hold down. And then the other issue is getting upgrades. We're going to need to be pretty aggressive on doing that, and that's why I'm getting our second gateway here. Second gateway is instrumental into us leaving before the 20-minute mark, and then it's just really a slow push across the map with our carriers. I'd like to get some upgrades, but I don't know. I don't feel that that's the right choice here. So something I think I would like to do is to play probably some ladder, I'm thinking, because I'm not fully saturating gas. That is a mistake.
Instructions.
Okay, let's work on those interceptors for you. They can build 8 this time, instead of 4, which is what their base is limited to. I can't believe I was never saturating gas. But that should be it. We should be pretty solid there. Just gonna keep our probe count up. We have plenty of minerals, so we're really gonna make a lot more zealots than anything else. We do need Dragoons, though. Their expertise in anti-big is quite important for dealing with Reavers and other threats. Also, just keeping scouts off the carriers, that's the biggest thing we have to worry about, really. So this is a great situation for the carriers to get involved. The first time they launch, as you can see, the interceptors launch one at a time. But ever after that, then they That's the wrong. It's a lot quicker. As opposed to their slow dawdling. Okay, I think we want to get that observatory now. This is going to be the I didn't space things right. I had a nice little SimCity back here, but I think it's because, yeah, my cyber core was over here.
Executor, your command, what would you ask of me?
And then we'll just save up gas. We'll try and build Dragoons for a second group, because as soon as the Zealot's out, actually, this Dragoon here, he's going into our control group, and then we can start moving out. And I would like to have the carriers on the way, and then an observer, and that it should all kind of happen around the same time. Till then, we'll start working on the second group, which he will be the first to. But as I'm saying, I played some ladder games already. I did terribly. I think I have the strategy, I just lack the actual, yeah, okay, that's in the right place. I just lack the mechanical skill to really make things happen with them. Which is a little sad, but no, it's not. I'm just being dramatic. I think maybe that'd be something good to show as I work through that and try to get better on that side. That's just oppressive. Oh my gosh. That Zealot's dead. Maybe. I'm trying to keep him alive as much as possible. We're running out of everything. And he lives. Let's go. Let's get our first observer. Oh, we lost a unit there. Okay. Carriers are coming out shortly. We might be able to start getting upgrades. So that would be the next one we really want, because the observers are going to be kind of in awkward positions for a lot of it.
Anytime you're ready.
We'll just send Rain on that.
As you will.
And this time we're going to save because I desperately need them. I also think, so I'm going to be gone on trip. So it's the reason why I'm recording all this stuff really early. Is because I just need to get it out. Well, get it done with so that I can go and do my stuff without really having to concern about keeping this regular again, which is something I really want to be doing. We're just going to spend the extra money here on the photon cannons. This group's really all we're going to have for the moment. I might be able to eke out another,
You require more Vespine gas.
I probably won't. I probably actually won't be able to eke out a... That carrier took some damage. Let's see that.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
That could have been worse. And then let's jimmy him here to attack. Now, we should be pretty solid in taking these engagements. The carrier's here, even while not at max interception.
Anytime you're ready.
Okay. Let's just keep them... Let's keep one filled as best as we can. The carriers are slowly... Oh, that's bad.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Phoenix now has to go home forever. Okay, we can build another carrier. Dragoon, Zealot.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Purple's really weird here with their attacks. I don't quite understand. It's just a constant harass of zealots in single units. They stream out of their second base, and I don't pray to. Well, I don't claim to understand any of what the AI is doing here. It's a little out of my league.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
You're in the front, my friend. Let's keep you in the back.
Complete.
What's nice is the Dragoons are just so good against everything. Okay, our next carrier should be coming out shortly. Our zealots are not going to win that without assistance. We're just so behind in our upgrades comparatively. Which is okay. I mean,
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
we're going air, so that's the bigger thing that we're more concerned about. And I'm just going to take a lot of probes here. They're going to move over. And the theme for this mission is we're going to be...
You must construct additional.
That's okay.
My life for hire.
That's perfectly fine.
Carrier has arrived.
Ideally, the ground force is actually going to get more of the kills here. That was a hallucination. Wait, no, it wasn't. They sent hallucinations once, and I haven't got to know for that.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Okay, we were finally getting upgrades nicely. Have the probes arrived? We're going to put this as close to the gas as possible. And we're going to build pylons here and really just try to defend this place. We shouldn't be expanding after this. I mean, I should be getting through the mission quick enough that there's no need. Once this base is set up, though, we should be pretty solid. Let's grab that. I'd like to grab legs. Getting their air upgrades, which is very important here. So what I've been thinking about doing is, when I go to my... Come next year, I'm starting a new job, and that'll be basically a whole year of my life that I will be unable to record or do any of this. So I was trying to make the decision before I actually started this back up, if I even want to do it. And my plan, hopefully, is to just record a bunch. I mean a lot. I need like probably 300 videos. Maybe. That would probably be in excess. But I figure if I play through the entirety of Warcraft 1, 2, and 3, which unfortunately 3 and they will all take practice, which is maybe not the best idea. But I figure I'm going to do it anyways. We're just going to put some cannons here just to keep this base alive and to mostly delay. It doesn't matter that this base, that the defenses here fall. All that matters is that it takes enough time that our carrier fleet can make its way back over. And then we're going to put some in weirder positions like up here, just because it's necessary. We're going to take more of our probes here, and we're going to transfer them to the new site. Because this is going to be instantly saturated, while the other one will slowly mine out. Actually, maybe I got a few too many probes, I don't know. Let's just target that down, that needs to die. And that's why we have cannons. But we'll be attacking out of this quite soon, actually. Let's grab 2 more carriers. Those are going well. After we get this, I think we can afford another... Yes, we can. We can afford another forge. And so as soon as 2 is up to snuff here, we're going to move down and attack the south there. That's just so much money.
We are under attack. Affirmative.
Anytime you're ready.
Actually, let's not bring two. And this is cleaned up quite nice. What we will need is, did I ever build that second observer?
Your command?
Go ahead, Commander.
No, I did not. So we're gonna grab him.
We require more Vespene
We're gonna wait
gas.
patient.
Make use of me. Awaiting instructions. Initiating your class.
And I think what we do is we save here and we start moving over. Now, I wasn't saving before, and that was a terrible mistake. Oh good gosh, did I pay for that?
Carrier has arrived. Upgrade complete. Instructions.
Rainer here.
My life for
We're just gonna pull Rainer back since I can't actually... I thought one of those proud scaring things was a scarab, and I was not okay at that. Oh, that's where I started the upgrade. Excellent play by me.
Your command. Call to document. Hostiles. Transmit. Commencing. Input command. Commencing. Awaiting instructions.
That'll bring me to here, and then 3 Dragoons. 2, 3. That should cover us. Alrighty, that's looking good. We'll need more pylons. Yeah, that's going to be a theme now. It's mostly because I'm going on both sides for the upgrades, but I hope that, you know, going through this RTS is fun. And I also plan to play through Crusader by Origin Systems.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
And in addition to that, I also want to do System Shock. Maybe not the remake, but definitely the original.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Initiated. I have returned.
Okay, and now we're just taking a nice clean engagement in here.
Your
I think
warriors have engaged the enemy.
we just take a handful of probes. Maybe even just 3. Maybe we just do 3. And they're just going, you know what, actually, I don't think we need it. I don't think we need this gas. Because... okay, when this mine's out, we will actually go and take that. Okay, let's grab those carriers. We're going to start our air as soon as we have the minerals for that.
Anytime you're ready.
Well, sad to have left the heroes behind, but better than losing them and having to restart the mission like I did originally. But Warcraft 2, I might even... so with Warcraft 2, really the expansion is kind of what I'm worried about, because I actually haven't really played that. Oh shoot, so what we're actually going to do is the carriers are going to go on the low ground here. We're going to pray that there's no scouts. By pray, I mean we're going to save, and if there's a scout, we're reloading, because I'm not replaying this entire mission. And we're just going to move over to the other side here as I move my conga line. Thank you, Dragoons. I'm actually proud that he found another quicker way. Good on the pathing. We do need the Templar Archives. So the Templar Archives gives you tier 3, but so does the Fleet Beacon. And I really wanted to test that out.
Upgrade complete.
Because I was really confused with that. And now that I can see that this is the case, I'm quite pleased. And now that I have money, It's enough. It's not quite enough.
Instructions.
So we're just going to move our carriers over here.
Make use of me.
Hopefully the
Transmit. Make use of me. Confirm.
ground forces don't get too confuddled with each other. We're going to start interceptor production. We're going to continue to produce on that. Two's going to get their reinforcements. We're going to lead with the ground force. The ground force must lead in this area because there are arbiters, and arbiters are just the great equalizer of Protoss air. Don't storm my zealots. This is really bad. I may have to reload just because of how this Arbiter engagement went. I find it amusing that the Arbiters stasis themselves. So how many carriers? Is it just the new ones? It might have been just... Oh my gosh. It comes to time, and I just have a lot of stuff to do. Normally I wouldn't even reload that, but... That was just a really nasty engagement. Actually, let's cancel those so we can get 2 more carriers queued. As I almost want them over anything else. I also need that Templar Archives. It's okay, we'll get that. There we go. I just didn't. I had the carriers too far forward is how that goes. It's a little frustrating and just... I probably could have taken from that. I probably could have recovered perfectly fine.
Carrier has arrived.
But now I managed my money a little better, so the ground forces will have worse upgrades, and I'm not getting reinforcements for them. But conversely, more importantly, the carriers have what they need, and that's what matters. I'd like a Dragoon. It's okay, we're just gonna wait. This Dragoon's gonna pop out. Well, get queued up, and now we're gonna move. I'm just gonna save again. But doing those games, the expansion scares me a little bit, but Warcraft 3 is really what scares me, because I don't know if I could actually make interesting gameplay for that. So we're just gonna move. The ground force really needs to come here. It's okay if they stasis that. I don't care. We're going to start that upgrade, and since we just have air upgrades going, it's fine. We can wait out this stasis. They did not get my observers, though. Which is probably the most important part. I do like this base here. It is a very nice forward base. I kind of wish Starcraft 2 had a lot more bases like this. It could really benefit from them. And that is a much more positive engagement. So now we have one. Let's just slowly work together, our group 2. And then we'll start working on a group 3, or more carriers. Really, I can just afford one more carrier, then we have a full group, and then let's go... This is depleted. It's probably been depleted for a hot minute. Let's go to our new base. Okay, that was better. I'm also excited about doing Crusader. It would be the first time for me playing that, and that really looks like just an awesome game. But we're back to the point of it would be the genuinely first time I played it. And it could be a rough recording. No, stop it. Carriers who are here, fly away. Dragoons attack.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Yes, thank you for storming my singular dragoons. Just get that carrier down.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
I don't know if I lost a carrier. What are we doing, Zealots?
House. Instructions. I long for combat. Your command.
That was a terrible loss. Oh, good gosh. It's at a point where I think that Arbor terminal needs to go.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Executor, we have found Tassadar's stasis cell. We will attempt to free him now. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
It wasn't as bad as I thought. I only lost 2, but
Instructions. Upgrade complete.
2 carriers is 2 carriers.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
I mean, if this is how this has to go, we're just gonna do it.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
We're gonna pull the carriers out now. Actually, I still need to get that Arbiter terminal.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. I am needed.
Okay, well, that was quite messy.
Your command.
It sucks because when I first played this, I had a really good long run, and then the entire recording was ruined, which
Carrier has arrived.
it's a shame. But things happen, and I just don't have the best place to do it reliably, is what it comes down to.
You look at us. Receiving. Awaiting instructions.
Look at the fish. I always thought those fish were massive water bugs in the original because for the longest time playing it, they were so bugged. And they weren't bugged on the original, but it's just been such a long time since I ran the game. Oh wait, that's a new feature.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so it was right. I'm not misremembering. I thought that's a A tier storm.
You require more Vespine gas. Transmitted.
Yeah, so that's completely new. That's really cool. I really like that. The fish is awesome. Oh, thank you, Dragoons, for being the best in the world.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
We're doing this more out of spite at this moment. Oh gosh, dang it. This Dragoon isn't
Your
gonna make
warriors have
that.
engaged the enemy.
But hopefully I can get enough defensive Dragoons to make it okay.
My life for ire.
I did not work on building this at all, did I? I do think doing some ladder stuff would be pretty fun, so it is something I hope to do. I mean, I'm not sure if I want to do it live or just do recordings, but we'll figure that out, I guess.
Engage the enemy. Confirmed. Initiating your command. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. For vengeance.
There we go. I'm happy I got that Arbiter terminal, though, because with that there, it does mean that they did have another Arbiter in existence.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
So I have had the pleasure of playing the real scale mod, which is quite awesome for Legacy of the Void and Heart of the Swarm. I haven't finished the Legacy of the Void run of it, but it's pretty cool. And having carriers with 64 interceptors is just so stupid. They cost an ungodly amount of supply, though. So it is a process and a half to do everything up right.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
I expected you to attempt to retrieve your hero. You will learn that the will of the Conclave is absolute. Make peace with Adun.
Stay thy hand, Adjudicator. The stewards of Tassadar shall not fall while the Dark Templar live. Call off your guards and stand aside, and you may yet live to see another moonrise.
I will not be addressed so by one so devoid of the Kala's light. You and your vile brethren shall die with these traitors.
Are you truly so blinded by your vaunted religion that you cannot see the fall ahead of you? Your conclave believes that they are winning this war, but all they have succeeded in doing is helping the Overmind to win.
What could you possibly know about our designs, blasphemer?
You speak of knowledge, Judicator. You speak of experience. I have journeyed through the darkness between the most distant stars. I have beheld the births of negative sounds and borne witness to the entropy of entire realities. Unto my experience, Alderus, all that you have built here on Iora is but a fleeting dream. A dream from which your precious conclave shall awaken, finding themselves drowned in a greater nightmare.
We shall see.
I really like what's going on here, and for some context, Zeratul and Alderus are pretty old. I think Alderus is about 100 or so years older, but both of them are around for the beginning of this, so the history they really have with each other, not directly, but in their people, is kind of coming to a fruition here, and it's quite... Because of how old the Protoss are, it really ends up being a kind of generational story that we get, where we're having mostly these actions of a younger generation causing changes in the older generations kind of too stuck up in their bureaucracy and their fears to realize it. And it's only the Conclave, only the Ire-bound Protoss, as of Zeratul's experiences show. And it's a nice nuance to the story that you can easily miss on if you didn't read the manual or other things. But there's just so much information that sadly just couldn't be present here. And that problem gets worse in Brood War, and we'll definitely see that here soon, but took a bit longer than I thought. But hope you enjoyed this one. Well, hopefully the next stuff will all be coming up on schedule. Fear should be coming up regularly too. So, yeah, it's going to be exciting. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.